Hey there, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of 4Expedition Unplugged. I'm Scott Leuthold. I know there's a lot going on out there right now. It's a real crazy time to be alive, so I hope everybody that's watching this is happy and healthy. I hope all of your friends and family are happy and healthy, and I hope you have a real good, strong, close-knit community of people around you that you can count on. Everybody needs a little somebody to lean on at a time like this. I also hope you're able to get out and spend some time in nature. I know you need to social distance, but getting outside in nature and breathing that fresh air and surrounding yourself with that divine music that's out there to be had is so important at a time like this. It's really important to create that life balance. Amy and I just got back to Arizona from our epic road trip. As many of you know, we were in Park City, Utah for a month. Then we went up through Wyoming and Montana, Idaho, out to the San Juan Islands off the coast of Washington, down to the Olympic Peninsula, down the amazing Oregon coast into Northern California along the Lost Coast and back to Arizona. It was truly an extraordinary trip, and I created 5 episodes in a series that if you haven't watched those, I definitely encourage you to go back and watch those. There are some sequences in those episodes that I'm truly proud of. I feel like my filming abilities and my editing abilities are just greatly improving, and there's some sequences in there that I'm truly proud of that I hope inspired all of you to get out there and spend some time in nature and create some closeness with your friends and family and just really truly appreciate life. I've got a lot of information I'd like to share with you in this episode about 4Expeditions, so why don't we go ahead and get started. All right, so first things first, I do want to continue to talk a little bit more about the series that I just got done filming. Now that I'm back in Arizona, I'm just starting to see the value in going to destinations and doing filming at destinations, because obviously a lot of people are out there searching for particular keywords. You know, maybe they're looking for Glacier National Park, they're looking for Olympic National Park, Oregon coast, things like that. And you know, when you're making YouTube videos, you have to consider that there's a number of different pools, number of different ponds, and you can drop your hook in any of those ponds. But some ponds are bigger than others. Some ponds have more fish in them than others. And so, you know, when you're creating videos in Arizona of Subaru Outbacks, there's a particular pond, Arizona and Subarus. But when you start expanding beyond that and start going into things like just a tour of Glacier National Park or something like that, you start to see a huge number of people start to come to your channel. And I've definitely started to see that now that I'm back in Arizona. My channel's actually doing really well. I'm just under 15,000 subscribers. I'm increasing by about 2,000 subscribers a month. And I'm seeing anywhere between 125 and 130,000 views per month and over 1.3 million minutes of watch time. And all stuff I'm really proud of. And I'm seeing that the higher quality that I film, the more I learn about editing to create an epic storyline, and the more I film in destination places or things that people are more interested in hearing and talking about, the more successful I'll become. And I think that I've definitely learned a lot over the last 2 years of really creating this channel. And because it's allowed me to progress from, a beginner to the second level up, which is called Opal on YouTube, to now the third level up, which is called Bronze. And once you hit 100,000 subscribers, then you qualify for Silver, and then you'll receive an award from YouTube. And there's a lot of benefits that open up to those kinds of influencers. And there's a lot of people out there that are much further along than I am, but I do feel pretty excited and proud about where my channel's going, and I've got a lot of great ideas for it going forward. Having Amy along in my videos has been really interesting. A lot of my videos are filmed just by myself. I go out on adventures alone most of the time. I will go with somebody every once in a while. However, I won't necessarily always include them in the video because a lot of people don't really like to be filmed and put out there to the public. But I did bring Amy along, and she was a little conservative about it at first, but I got to tell you, she is probably one of the funniest people I've ever met. In high school, she was voted the funniest person in her graduating class. And she's just a really hilarious person. And so I try as often as I can to capture some of the things that she says. However, I don't always have the camera rolling at the right time, and she'll say something and it'll just make me really laugh, and I wish I would have caught it and shared it with all of you. But in the last episode that I put up on the Lost Coast of California, and there were a couple pieces in there where she was talking that I thought were just really hilarious. If you haven't seen that video, go back and watch that. She talks about Casper, the friendly ghost, which I think is pretty funny. Anyhow, so having her along is probably not going to be a permanent thing because of the situation going on in the world. She's been able to work remotely, and so we were able to take this trip together. A lot of times, though, she's busy working in her clinics She's got very busy clinics in Arizona. She's got 3 of them, actually, and she's got just a ton of people that come in and seek her services with she and her teams. Hopefully we'll get her in some of my other videos in the future. I'm sure that you enjoyed some of the stuff that she had to say. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what videos I have coming up. I do have a lot of great stuff coming up. I'm going to be doing some gear review videos. I've been talking to Sierra Designs that has a sleeping bag that they want me to test out. I'm going to put that in my iCamp or SkyCamp Mini on top of the Subaru and test that out. And if I really like it, I might actually get another one, so I'll have a couple of them that I keep up there at all times. I also plan on reviewing a really powerful high lumen headlamp. A company reached out to me to take a look at that, and I'm really happy with the headlamp that I use. It's also very high lumen. They thought maybe I should test their product out, so I'm going to go ahead and do that and compare that to what I already use and see if it's any better. I also plan on doing a gear review of a product by Luno Life. It's a brand new version 2 sleeping system that they've got for the back of the Subaru Outback, and they sent me a new one. I already have their first version. I bought it. And now that they've got this new version coming out, they reached out to me and said, hey, we've got this new one. We'd like you to test it and compare it to what we've put out in the past. So I'm going to do that as well. And now that I'm back from this 3,000-mile road trip that I took with the 4Expedition Ram Rebel and the Overland Explorer Campback Slide-In Camper, I'll probably do a full review of that product as well, talk about the pros and cons of having the Campback Slide-In Camper on the back of my Ram Rebel 1500. It should be a really interesting video. I've got a lot of information to share about that. There's an amazing list of pros. There's also a list of cons. So we'll be talking about that in one of the upcoming videos as well. All right, and beyond that, I'll be taking some epic trips in the Subaru Outback 3.6R Overland Road Warrior, which is equipped with the iCamp or SkyCamp Mini rooftop tent. And I'll also be taking some additional trips with the Ram Rebel. But before I do that, I need to go in for ankle surgery. Unfortunately, a couple of years ago, I was backpacking in the bottom of the Grand Canyon and went down to Havasupai. I set up my camp and I decided to go for a trail run. And out there on that trail run, I rolled my ankle so bad that I had to make a crutch and hike 1 mile up to Supai and catch a helicopter out of the canyon. And I learned a major lesson when I was out there on that adventure about what not to do when you're out in such a remote place as the bottom of the Grand Canyon, where the only way out is either by pack mule or a helicopter. And it just turned out that the day that I was supposed to fly out, the helicopters weren't supposed to be flying. And fortunately, there were enough people that wanted to fly out with a helicopter that day that they decided to activate service, and I was able to get out. Otherwise, I'd have been stuck in the bottom of the Grand Canyon for a couple of days with a bum ankle. Anyhow, I had to walk on crutches for about 3 months. I didn't break it. I didn't tear any tendons or anything like that. And it healed up. And so when I was in this epic journey, this last trip to the Lost Coast, I was out there hiking and I realized that my ankle was starting to really hurt again. And I went in and had it looked at by a podiatrist, and she said that I have some loose particles of cartilage floating around in there around my nerves, and that's what's causing the problem. So they're going to go in there and they're going to take all that cartilage out of there and clean it up, and I should be able to walk on it pretty much right away. I do need to keep it up for a week, but I'll be in a boot for about 4 weeks. I should still be able to do some filming with that, though, nonetheless, and I'm really excited about the fact that it's not that big of a deal, and she told me that it's a pretty routine surgery. I'm having it done by a place called Talus in Motion in Scottsdale. It should come out okay. Anyhow, over the last 6 months, I've scheduled some events, some meetup group events for 4Expedition. I've had to cancel them due to the current situation in the world. I rescheduled them for fall, and I had a number of people sign up to participate in those, and I've had to cancel those as well. I just don't think that for the rest of 2020, I'll be able to host any kind of group meetup events. Hopefully sometime next year, we'll be able to schedule some things like that. So if you scheduled yourself to go on one of my meetup road trips and you had planned on coming along, I'm really sorry that you had to cancel, or I'm really sorry that I had to cancel, and we'll catch you next time. I hope you'll consider scheduling with us another time down the road. All right, some of you may have noticed that I've started to post on the community tab on YouTube, and I hadn't done that much in the past. And one of the posts that I put up there recently was the fact that I'm looking for an assistant, and I am still looking for an assistant. I've had about 15 people apply for the job, and there's some really interesting people in there, and I plan on reaching out to some of those people here in the near future. But if you think you might qualify for a position as an assistant of mine, definitely go to 4expedition.com/assistant-position. And go ahead and fill out that form and apply. I'm leaving it open to pretty much anybody that might be interested. I kind of would prefer to have somebody in Arizona, but it's not absolutely necessary. But definitely go to that website page and check it out. And if you think you qualify, definitely go ahead and fill out the application and share your information with me. All right, last but not least, I'd like to talk about the membership portal that I'm building for forexpedition.com. You have an opportunity to become a member of Team 4X. If you haven't already signed up for notifications about this system, definitely go to forexpedition.com/join, and you can learn all about what I'm offering there. I've got a list of features that I'm going to be including, and you'll also discover that if you sign up to be notified, I will be picking 10 people out of that notification list to receive the first year membership free. I'm also offering for the first 100 people who sign up to be a member to be founding members for life. And of that 100 people, the first 25 people who sign up are going to get a pretty drastic discount on the first year membership. And then the 100 that come after that first 100 will be considered gold members, and then silver members and bronze members. And I'm offering a lot of features and wonderful swag that are going to be customized just for members. You're going to get metal badging that goes on your vehicle. You're going to get custom t-shirts annually with your subscription, hats, stickers, decals, patches, things like that. All are going to be included in your membership every year. You should know, though, that of the list of features that I'm going to be offering, 100% of everything that you see having to do with Forexpedition, I do myself. I build it myself, I design it myself, I manage it myself. That includes the channel, that includes forexpedition.com, that includes all the swag and merch that I create, includes all the social media, everything. I do it all myself. I don't really have much help right now. So when you look at that list of features, there's going to be a lot of those features that are launched right off the bat. There'll be a number of those features that come online within the first year of activation and launch. I hope to launch the membership portal later on this fall. We'll see where it goes and how long it takes. But if you haven't signed up to be notified, definitely go to forexpedition.com/join. All right, everybody, as always, if you haven't become a subscriber to the Forexpedition channel, I'd really love it if you would. Of course, be sure to hit that notification bell if you'd like to be notified when videos go live. And if you'd like to support Forexpedition, go to forexpedition.com, go to the store. We have a lot of great products in there you can buy. And if you'd like to become a member, go to forexpedition.com/join. You can learn all about becoming a member of Team 4X. Until the next time, take care.